Now, did you have any input on your character, or was it pretty much the office said, this is what we want from you, and
Yeah.
you got to do it?
Yeah, and I just did it. I was living my dream. If anybody had a problem with it, it was like Fit at times, and he would voice up about it a lot.
Did he ever say, calm down, you might be stealing my heat, or
Never.
Hey, you need to be doing this more?
Never.
Okay.
He always said, do what you want to do, and blow it out of the park.
Right. Okay. So here you are, you're on the road now, you're living your dream. At what point do you ever sit back and be like, wow, I made it. Here I am, 20 years old, going on the road, WWE, people know who I am, and
About 2 weeks in. About 2 weeks in.
Overwhelming?
Yeah, completely. I never was on a flight or anything. Like,
did it change you?
Yeah.
For good or
for bad for the first couple of years? I guess.
Okay.
The ego might have gotten a little big. Back home, on the road, excuse me, to them no, but back home maybe a little bit.
How was the road for you? Was it easy to learn and pick?
Yeah, it was.
Be on the road?
I mean, it was. It's grinding. It's grinding, but you have to realize I can do that, or I can work at Target.
Right. Oh yeah.
What am I going to choose? Live my dream or work at Target for the rest of my life?
Now you go to Target and you got action figures
Exactly.
there. Let's talk about, you talked about the road could be grueling. Some of the early SmackDown tours overseas were, from what I understand, were horrendous. You have any horror stories about being on some of the bus trips over there in overseas?
I just remember the main grueling one was the one we got stuck because of the volcano in Ireland. We got stuck in Ireland for like a week almost, I want to say. And because there was so much ash in the air, nothing could fly. And then we had like a 26-hour travel day. A bus ride to a ferry, to another bus, to an airport, to another bus, to an airport home. It was absolutely insane. But we got through it. We went golfing in Ireland. Then we went mini golfing the next day, and then we had a toga party on the bus one night. It was just because we were there for a week.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're gonna have fun.
That would definitely make me go crazy.
Yeah.
As far as the feedback, like to the gimmick at first, who was responsible for changing and tweaking it over time?
The thing is, like, for the longest time, it didn't really change. I was just that mischievous, and then they stopped me from attacking heels to attacking babyfaces to attacking heels.
Right.
And I did more backstage segments too, and that stuff. So it was never really changed, like, for the longest time.
When you first came in, you had the name Little Bastard, and then they dropped it in favor of Hornswoggle.
Yep.
Who came up with that name?
I don't know.
Somebody in the office?
They said, hey, you're going to be called this now. I think Fitty went to me, hey, you're going to be called Hornswoggle now. All right, sounds good. That's probably a little better than Bastard.
More marketable.
Yeah.
Memories working with Boogeyman and Little Boogie.
Boogie was good at his character. He's great at his character. If he didn't veer too far from what he was good at, he was perfect. We were married to Boogie for, I would say, 9 months on house shows. Long time. At least 6. But it was crazy, like, how much we worked with him. And that's what they would do with Fit. You know that? Or younger guys coming up, put him with Fit for a month. And have him mold the guy.
Right.
So anyone that's going to help you in the ring, it's Fit. You know, you can't put him in there against him, you know, against random guy A or Jim Smith here. It's not going to work. Fit can mold you to how, and he was office at the time, so he knew what they wanted.
Yeah. Memories working the Royal Rumble.
The 2008?
Yeah, the first one.
I mean, I didn't really do anything, but it was awesome. Royal Rumble was the best pay-per-view of the year. Easily the best of the year. They're a mess to put together. Like, it's crazy. I give all credit. Michael Hayes and Malenko and Pat Patterson. It's crazy.
I don't even know how some of the guys remember all the spots, you know?
The thing is, what you got to mainly know is who are you going out after and who are, like, what entrance. So you know. But it's crazy how they put those things together.
You did your very first WrestleMania, I believe, was in Detroit.
Yeah.
You're involved in the Money in the Bank, actually.
Yep.
Memories of working at Mania.
So I get signed. Ken is the reason I get signed. Because he went to bat for me. You need to sign him. He can take bumps. He can work. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's young. He's the guy. And then I realized he's going to be in Money in the Bank with us. Me going in the Money in the Bank, I'm thinking I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to take a spear. I'm going to take an RKO. I'm going to take a Kenton. I'm going to take it all.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I go to Fit. Hey, can I take all this? Fit goes, no. He goes, we're going to bump you. We'll figure something out. He goes, but we're not going to bump you 5 or 6 times. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, it probably wouldn't make sense to bump 18 times.
Right.
But it was, so the first thing was planned was going to be a power bomb off the ladder. And I kept pushing out of it, shoulder down. And we did it on a crash pad in the rehearsal room. And shoulder down, shoulder down. I was like, oh, it's not going to work. And you could see Ken was kind of like upset about it because he's like, it's going to be good. And first time Dylan Postl fucks up, many to come. But then where I'm on the ladder, I'm just kind of pissed off. I'm thinking, okay, something else. Ken goes, can I give you my finish off this? I go, let's try it. And everyone was talking about the match, and it's just us two on these ladders in the rehearsal room in the ring. So they're moving. And he starts picking me up, and you hear Fit go, ha ha! And now everyone just looks at us. And he gets me, and I'm deathly afraid of heights. And I'm literally shaking. He goes, stay still, stay still, stay still. And the crash pad's right there. He goes, you want to do this? I go, do I have a choice? He goes, well, I would put you down if you want. I said, it's going to be a lot harder to put me down on the other ladder than just doing it. He goes, yeah, so let's do it. Here we go. Did it, and I didn't hang on tight, so I was just loose, and he would even on the crash pad, it sucked.
Oh, yeah.
And Fit goes, whoa, wow. I think Johnny was one of the agents too, and they were all like, holy shit. Ken goes, oh, he went right after we landed, he went right to me. You okay? Are you okay? Are you hurt? Anything I do? I said, oh, I'm fine. I'll be fine. He goes, do you want to do it? I said, if we can do that, let's do that, guys. And so we did, and it was awesome. I just remember, but then I was like, we need someone to secure this ladder.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this in the middle of the ring on Mania with the ladders moving.
Right.
Fit's like, no, I already have I'll take a cell. I'll act like I'm going to climb. I can't. I call you up. Here you go. So remember climbing, and it was still moving, but then Fit like held it, and it was done. And I just remember looking in the crowd, and you didn't see any faces. You just saw like skin. It's crazy because there's so many people there. And then I remember Ken comes up, and I remember Fit saying, "Take your time with this," because I always rushed things, and I still do. I always rush things. I don't take enough time with anything I do. Just take your time. He goes, think about it as this: if you rush it, you're not going to get a picture to take home. I go, all right. And I clocked Ken, wham! And I knew I hit him. I hit him pretty good, but it's us, so it's fine. And just when I hit him, I remember people, oh, and then he picked me up, and they were, oh no! And I remember you could see me like I'm selling, and then he gives me the Iggy, and I tense. You could see it right on the DVD. I tense up, and here we go. Didn't feel a thing. It was the easiest bump, literally the easiest bump I've ever taken. I don't know if we over-rotated, and he must have taken some of it. And we took it on the hardest part. We took it like in the corner of the ring, too. So it was the hard part of the ring.
Yeah.
It's awesome, though. It was awesome.
Was that Mania your biggest payday in the business?
For a show?
Yeah.
For a show, yeah. Not like completely. Yes. Actually, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it was.
Memories of winning the Cruiserweight title. And when did you find out that was going to be the plan?
About 2 hours beforehand. Actually, found out it was for sure 2 hours beforehand. But they told me like the week, a random writer came up, hey, I think we're going to have you win the Cruiserweight title. Noble, I think, actually. Now that I think about it, I think Noble came up to me and said, hey, kid, I think you're going to win. I go, I'm not even in the match. Nope, I think we're planning something. All right, I've realized at that point in WWE, I don't ever believe things are going to happen until they're on paper and my music is hitting.
Right.
It was awesome. Like, again, I should have never been signed in WWE. I was signed. I was on WrestleMania. A huge spot on WrestleMania. One of those moments from that Mania, it's like the top 5 video moments, like the replays. It's always seen. It's that, and now I'm going to be a champion in a company I should never have been in. It's insane to me. It's one of those things where it's like, it's crazy. 2007, man, that was my best year ever.
Yeah.
I did a lot of fun things, but that year was, looking back at it, that year is crazy.
You get to work with Jamie too. What was it like working with Jamie?
He was great. He was great. he didn't have to bump, so he loved it.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't have to do much. So he was awesome. He was so much fun to work with, and he was always up for the haha. He loved it. I hated it, but then I realized that's my character, so I need to do it. But again, like, everything was at that point was surreal. I got my godson, Binder. His son was born shortly after, and I remember right after I won it, I went home, and I went over to their house. I had the title in my bag in my car.
Right.
And I still have the photo. He has my title on him as less than a year old, like 6 months old. It's crazy. And so we show him that all the time, and it's kind of a cool memory.
Were you disappointed when the decision was made to drop the division?
Yeah. Like, all I want to do is work. I pitch to the office all the time. Let me work. Let me work. Let me wrestle. Let me wrestle. No.
Did any of the guys ever say to you, man, you're just a gimmick. You're not one of us?
No, not the boys.
Okay.
And not even the writers, but they would say, just be that. We don't want you wrestling and Fit even said that sometimes. We don't want you wrestling too much because then you're a member of the roster. Like, you're the same as them.
Right.
We want to keep you special. Which in reality, it made sense, but it also was like dejecting to me because I was like, I want to work.
Did you get to keep the belt? Mm-mm. You had to get it back? Okay. Now they're bringing back...
So, like, years later, every year, about twice or three times a year, I'd ask Johnny, who's talent relations, and hey, they're not doing anything with the title. Can I have it? Well, we don't know where it is. I said, it's in the warehouse, Johnny. I guarantee I can find someone and we can find it.
Right.
Well, you never know if they're going to bring it back. I said, Johnny, I'll write a contract. If they bring it back, it's yours. But I got a replica, and then the props guys, the guys in the prop truck, have all the nameplates for the titles. And one day, they had the but it said Hornswoggle McMahon on it. So when I got that, it was awesome. So it's awesome. In my office, and it's like, it's pretty cool, like, to have even the McMahon one. It's pretty cool.
Now you can come back in the summer and say you never lost the belt when they do the tournament. As your angle. Yeah,
it was one of those. If they do it, I don't see him doing a title. I see it as being like a trophy, like the Dusty Classic.
Yeah.
But my Twitter's been blowing up about it.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.